Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on The Flash Season 3. So as some of you may know, or possibly even most of you may know by now, over episodes 13 and 14 of The Flash this season, we will be having a two-parter storyline based around Gorilla City, which was sort of set up last season when Gorilla Grodd is sent there. Now episodes 13 and 14 of The Flash have been two-parters since the show actually started. In Season 1, it was a two-part storyline based around Firestorm, and then in Season 2, we had the two episodes over in Earth 2, which were pretty damn awesome. So with this two-part Gorilla City storyline, we are just continuing the tradition that has been set on The Flash for episodes 13 and 14. Now, the synopsis or description for episode 13 was released earlier on, and it does reveal some pretty damn interesting stuff and some setup for potential twists within the actual episode. Before we jump into that though, if you do want to leave a like on the video and just show your support for the Flash videos, it will be very much appreciated. Also, make sure to let me know in the comments section down below what you're looking forward to most in this episode after you hear what's going on in the synopsis. And make sure to subscribe if you are new. Actually, one more thing just quickly, there will be a week's break before this episode. So we will have episode 12 coming up this week, which is called Untouchable. But then we will not have Flash the next week. And I think Legends is taking a break the same week, but Arrow will still be on. And then this episode will hit our screens. But I just thought I'd give everyone the heads up so you're not looking forward to an episode after episode 12 and then you get the disappointment that there is no episode that week. But anyway, this episode is entitled Attack on Gorilla City, so maybe the episode 14 title might be like, Escape from Gorilla City, or maybe Attack on Earth 1, something like that. But the description goes as follows. When Jessie Quick informs the team that her father has been abducted, Barry, Caitlin, Cisco, and Julian voyage to Earth 2 on a rescue mission to save Harry from Gorilla City. As they trek through the forest, Barry and the team are immediately captured and brought to Grodd. Grodd tells them he needs their help to stop Savitar, the leader of Gorilla City, as Savitar wants to invade Earth 1. Meanwhile, back on Earth 1, Jessie and Kid Flash hit the streets to stop a metahuman that can control gravity, with HR and Joe guiding them from Star Labs. So yeah, if that doesn't get you hyped up for this episode, then I have absolutely no clue what would get you amped for this episode. That synopsis it's a killer, it's really good. But let's properly go through and break this synopsis down and go more in detail where necessary. So the synopsis starts off with, when Jessie Quick informs the team that her father has been abducted. I do hope this episode actually does start off with us seeing Harry getting abducted by members of Gorilla City or whoever may be working for them. It is smart that they are keeping the two versions of Harrison Wells on separate Earths, for this episode at least, like in episode 14 they might meet. It's just so scenes aren't shot in weird ways, so they can, edit both of the Wells into the scenes. But I guess the big question around this part of the synopsis is, why has Harry been abducted? Well, I think it has to do with Harry knowing how to breach to Earth 1, but we will come back to that later on in this synopsis breakdown. Next up we have Barry, Caitlin, Cisco, and Julian voyage to Earth 2 on a rescue mission to save Harry from Gorilla City. Now the only one of these four people I'm surprised that's going over to Earth 2 to retrieve Harry from Gorilla City is actually Julian. And I'm not saying I was surprised when I read his name on the synopsis, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe he's going over there. Because if you do follow Tom Felton on Instagram, and he may have even posted a couple of pictures on Twitter as well, you would know that he is going over to Earth 2 because he's posted pictures of him in the forest and stuff like that. It's just that Caitlin would be needed over there to speak to Grodd as he trusts her. Cisco obviously needs to vibe the people over there. And well, Barry, he's the main character. So it will be interesting to see the role that Julian plays on this voyage to Earth 2. Also, if there still was any confusion around where the Gorilla City that Grodd went to was located, it's now obviously confirmed in the synopsis to be on Earth 2. Up next in the description is, as they trek through the forest, Barry and the team are immediately captured and brought to Grodd. Grodd tells them he needs their help to stop Savitar, the leader of Gorilla City, as Savitar wants to invade Earth 1. Now here is where things get interesting in the synopsis in my opinion. What I think is happening here is that Grodd is playing Team Flash to help him take control of Gorilla City over Savitar. Or he could possibly be mind controlling Savitar to do his work so he isn't held responsible at the same time. It would be weird if they all of a sudden made Grodd a somewhat good character, that he's like, oh, help me Team Flash, I need to save Gorilla City and Earth 1 and stop Savitar. But as it says, Savitar apparently wants to invade Earth 1, which we did see on the future news report that Central City was still recovering from. But this is why Harry has most likely been abducted. Grodd knows that Harry has travelled there before and has travelled from Earth 1 to Earth 2 and vice versa, which I think makes it even more clear that Grodd is the one behind it all. But that will most likely be revealed in the second part of this story in episode 14. And finally we have, meanwhile, back on Earth 1, Jesse and Kid Flash hit the streets to stop a metahuman that can control gravity, with HR and Joe guiding them from Star Labs. Now this will be similar to the Earth 2 episodes last season when Jay Garrick, well the Hunter Zolomon time remnant version of Jay Garrick, was left as like the protector of Earth 1 Central City, with Wally and Jesse aka the Junior Speedsters filling that role. It will be cool to see them team up and take down this villain who I'm assuming is Light Lass from the comics, but they've made her a villain in this case because I doubt there's anyone going, I can't wait for Light Lass to come on this show and be a hero, so they may as well take her, a person with cool abilities, and just make her a villain or a antagonist for the episode, as I'm pretty sure she is the only person who has gravity manipulation abilities. I might be wrong on that, but that's just my guess as to who it could be in this episode. A few quick things to note about this two-part storyline that isn't in the synopsis or, been revealed anywhere else in regards to like confirmation from the CW or the Flash writers and stuff like that. Gypsy will be back in this two-part storyline. I'm not 100% certain if she will be in episode 13, but she will be in the two-part storyline because I'm pretty certain they filmed episode 13 and 14 at the same time. Like they'd film a scene from episode 13, then the next day they'd film a scene from episode 14 because it's the same group of characters and stuff like that. It's just basically like filming a 2-hour episode instead of a 1-hour episode, if you know what I mean. But it would make sense if she appeared in episode 14 because episode 13 seems like it's all going to be on Gorilla City or Earth 2, and then in episode 14 that's when the gorillas come over to Earth 1 and there's a big battle on Earth 1, and that's when Gypsy will get involved. Savitar is also meant to show up in this two-part storyline, but once again, it's most likely going to be in episode 14, unless he's at the beginning of episode 13, because I don't see what the relevance of Savitar showing up in Gorilla City would be. It'd make not much sense, so I think episode 14 is where he's most likely going to appear, but he could be at the beginning, like right at the beginning of episode 13. And there's also going to be another introduction to another speedster in this two-part storyline, and that's to the Earth 19 Flash, otherwise known as the Accelerated Man. Now, once again, similar to Savitar and Gypsy, I have no idea what episode he's going to be in. Probably 14. He might come along with Gypsy, because they're both from Earth 19, so she might bring him over to help. But he was seen on set when they were filming these episodes, so he's going to make an appearance in some way, shape, or form. But if you do want to know more about that, I have done a completely different video on the Accelerated Man. I will leave it linked in the description below for your viewing pleasure if you do want to go watch it. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been a bit of a longer video, but I think it needed to be a bit long to get through everything. If you did enjoy it, it'd be very much appreciated if you could leave a like on it. Let me know in the comment section below what are you looking forward to most in this episode. Personally, just going to Gorilla City is going to be awesome. Seeing Gorilla Grodd again is going to be great, and I cannot wait to meet Soliver. I think that's going to be awesome. And if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys, and goodbye.